with Sarah Sebastiano, who is the star of Leaves of the Tree, and Becky Healy, who's the producer. So Sarah, tell me, you're such a young girl to have a lead in a movie that stars Eric Roberts, and you had Sean Young in there. How excited were you when you found out?
I was very excited. It was pretty crazy for me. I had no idea that it would be such like a cool role with such big people in the show.
I know. So now Donna McKenna found you in Houston at a seminar, I believe it was. And now how did your mother come to produce it?
Well, actually, my husband wrote a book called Kindness for the Damned and turned it into a screenplay. And Donna heard about it, and she came in to teach Sarah's class. And she talked to Dave about producing this show, and that's how this all came about.
Wow, that's amazing. She's incredible that way, to be able to put things together like that and get the cast. So now, did you go to Italy as well?
I did. We went to Sicily. We filmed 4 days in Texas, and then we filmed 18 days in Sicily.
Wow. So now, let me ask you, when you went to Italy, were all your girlfriends jealous?
Oh yeah. I got to unenroll from school and take off like a month of school, and they were all like, whoa, that's crazy.
How did you work that out with school? Did you have to get tutoring?
Yes, I did. I unenrolled from my school, and then we had like a tutor, and all my teachers gave me like the planned work that they were going to have set for the next month. And so I would do that with the tutor, and then I went back to school, and I was just like right back where they were.
So how long did it take from the time that the screenplay was written until it actually became a movie?
I think that he wrote the book in 2010, and then he turned it into a screenplay in 2010 as well. And then I believe it was 2013 by the time that we decided that we were going to go forward with it.
Wow. So how happy and how proud you must be of your daughter right now, right?
Extremely. Actually, when Dave wrote the book, she actually was the person who looked through the book, edited the book for him, and she was 11 years old. It was incredible. So it was kind of like it was a joint, venture. They kind of did the dad-daughter thing.
Isn't that nice? That's one way to get close with your family. Now, Sarah, do you have anything else on the burner coming up?
I don't know. I'm doing some stuff at school. There's that. But nothing that I know of yet.
Well, you must be a super actress, because if you were picked out of the crowd, I know that Donna has a very good eye for talent. So the best of luck to you in your future endeavors. And I love Leaves of a Tree. It has a really great, wonderful story.
Thank you so much. And she actually does have something coming up, but she doesn't know about it. She's going to find out about it tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Okay.
Thank you, girls. Does she have a website or anywhere somebody can reach, or an agent or a manager?
As of right now, it's Leaves of the Tree on Facebook, and we're on Instagram and Twitter.
Okay. Thank you, girls.
Thank you.
I have with me now casting director and producer Donna McKenna, and she has had Leaves of the Tree in this festival, and we have The Networker that's going to be screening tonight. Donna, you are like the busiest person in the business.
I'm the blessed person in the business. I'm blessed. It's very blessing.
Now, I've seen Leaves of a Tree, and it was phenomenal. She filmed it in Italy, in Sicily to be exact. And now tonight we're going to see The Networker. You want to tell us something about The Networker and what your involvement was?
The Networker is such a really fun movie. I was the casting director, along with Steve Stanulis, who is the lead actor and the producer. And the script came to me by Steve and John and my dear, dear producing partner friend, Deborah Twist, who plays the lead. And they asked me to fulfill some of the characters. And I was very lucky when I read it to bring on Sean Young, Alicia Reiner, Jeremy Luke, Sha King, and a bunch other of the Shanaz Tarisu. I might have said her name wrong. But I was lucky to bring on a lot of the other actors.
Yeah. So now I was just interviewing a very young girl who was from Leaves of a Tree, and she said that you met her in Texas. So how did you figure out that she was the one for the movie?
You know, when you got it, you got it. Yeah. It's just something. I actually met her like 5 times in Texas. And I watched her grow as an actor. I was blessed to be brought down to Texas to teach an acting workshop. I was a guest teacher. And I saw this girl. And, you know, I'm like, wow, she's got promise. And each different times of the year I would go down there, I watched her grow and grow. Yeah.
That's so good. Now, Donna, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, what's the best place to reach you? Got a website or contact info?
My manager has the website, but Facebook is always good. I think it's Donna McKenna, and Twitter, which I think it's like, I don't know, Donna McKenna CD or something. Yeah. You probably know better than I.
Good. Well, best of luck tonight with The Networker. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And
I just made a big yawn because I see a beautiful actress friend of mine, and I was like,
Gina Scarta. I know, I already interviewed her, and she's just coming out of Mommy's Box, which just screened.
And I loved it. I saw it, and I loved it. And I am going to go give Gina Scarta a big hug. Thank you, Helen, for being here with In Between Stage and Screen. You support independent film, and we love you for that, and thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm lucky to catch a very important man here tonight. I'm with a very, very accomplished director, John Gallagher. John, I am so happy you're taking the time out to speak to me. Now, you have a movie here tonight, a big one, The Networker, right?
I have 2 movies this year. The Networker, which I directed, and Enchantments, which I exec produced, which screened this afternoon. And very proud of both of them. Wonderful casts in both. And I was just talking to Bill Sorvino. I'm just so impressed with what he's done with this festival. In just a few years. I've been in hundreds of festivals around the world. And this is fantastic. It was such a great venue.
Yes.
And great programming. And
it is. It's good. And it's over 4 days, and it's in September, which is a good idea before the snow flies. Now, tell me something about The Networker. Isn't it a little bit of comedy in there?
It's a comedy drama about family, about second chances. And it's, primarily an entertainment. Okay. As Billy Wilder said, the worst sin a filmmaker can do is to bore an audience. So we try not to bore you.
Yeah. So now, who wrote that? Was that Steve Stanoulis or no?
That was written by Victor Rabaudo. It's his first produced screenplay. And it was produced and stars Steve Stanoulis, who I've done many films with. Steve, we have several projects coming up, and he is co-starring with Bobby Downey Jr., Rachel Weisz, and Ving Rhames in a new Paramount picture.
Wow.
So we're very excited about that.
That's good. So tell me, how long have you been directing? And were you ever an actor?
I've been directing since 1982. I think I'm up to, as a producer or a director, I've done 25 features, 25 shorts. I teach acting, but I've only acted in a couple of movies. I hate to take a part away from a real actor. So.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me. I know they've got a show starting now, and I saw you online. You wanted to get a seat.
Thank you so much.
Is there a website where somebody can find out more about you?
JGMovie, JGMovie.com. Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I talk about Mr. and I'm working with Mr. Gallagher right there in Men of Violence and All Mobbed Up. One of the best directors in New York City right there. Mr. John Gallagher. Love you, baby.
I know. I just interviewed him. But I got another big fish here now, Joe D'Onofrio. And he's in just today, is Mommy's Box, The Networker, Enchantment, which is at another venue. Joe, how are you doing all this?
Well, I guess people want me to work, so I work with them.
They love you. They can't get enough of you. And you were just in Back in the Day, and you're also doing a documentary with Willie DeMeo called, what is it, 86th Street?
Yes, cruising on 86th Street.
Yeah. I saw you sitting in the car, and you looked all cool and everything. So tell me something about the films that you're in today. You're very excited about that, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I love working in the independent world because they give me an opportunity to do things that I've never done before. Yeah. Like in Mommy's Box, I'm playing like a car dealer that, runs a car dealership. Very nice guy, but, does his job. So it was great. And Enchantments, I played a tough guy in that, something I usually do, so that was not a stretch.
Yeah.
And then in The Networker, I just played a friend of somebody, a nice, regular, cool person. And all the movies are great movies, great filmmakers, and, just great people.
Yeah. And you had to step out of your comfort zone a little bit to be just a regular guy selling cars, I guess. So tell me a little bit quickly, how did you start out? You were in a Bronx Tale, weren't you?
I started out in Goodfellas, was one of my first films. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Bronx Tale, Jungle Fever, We Own the Night. I got lucky when I was a kid. I just started doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
And, and that's how I started out. I just started auditioning and started getting parts.
Yeah. So now what's next on your plate?
Well, next on my plate is Who's Jenna? I just finished with Bill Savino, Vic DiBenedetto.
Who's the founder of this fabulous festival?
Vic DiBenedetto. Vinny Pastore plays my dad. We got Lenny Veneto in there. And it's a great film. I play a geek in that one. So I wear my glasses. I got my hair to the side.
I got to see that one.
Yeah, it's fun. It's something that I've never done before. So it was great. Plus, I got a movie called Hide the Sausage that I did, a comedy. I play an ex-con. And a couple other things coming up. I mean, John Gallagher wrote 2 films that he's producing in the next year, and he wants me to play a little part in one of them, and another one of the main characters. So it's going to be great to work with him.
Good. Isn't it terrific, though, that Bill Savino had the foresight to start this Golden Door International Film Festival? Isn't it something?
Bill Savino is a great human being. I love him. If he ever needs a favor, I'm there for him. He's good in and out, and I'm so glad that he started this. He's just a kind human being and really nice person.
Yeah.
It's a blessing just to know him.
Isn't that nice for you to say? That's nice of you to say that about somebody else.
It comes from my heart. And, first knowledge of watching him and working with him. I did a short with him a couple of years ago called Maniac. And now doing Who's Jenna. He actually played my best friend in Who's Jenna. So it was really good.
Is there a website where somebody can find out more about you?
Yeah, IMDb. Okay. Joseph D'Onofrio, just Google me, and you'll find a bunch of YouTube videos and stuff. I'm not big with that social media like Instagram and
But
Facebook.
a lot of other people are, and they're calling you in and they're giving me the sign. So thank you, Joe, for taking the time to talk to me, and I'm going to see your movies.
Well, wait, I want to say one last thing.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember, but a long time ago I did this great rap video, and I don't know if you know.
With me.
It was a really nice lady that was in it, and it was you, and it's a pleasure knowing you, and I'm glad you're here, and keep smiling. I love it.
Thank you. We had fun that night, didn't we?
Up in the Hamptons that night. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
I'm here with the writer of The Networker, Victor Ribato. Victor, I understand your movie is sensational. I am so looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to having you see it too. We really had a lot of fun making it, and I had a particularly great time writing it.
Yeah, I understand it's a romantic comedy. So now, what was your inspiration?
My inspiration was all of my experiences in business and having to network. And having kind of a hate-hate relationship with networking and kind of the fun relationships that you kind of form and some of the not-so-much fun relationships that you form when you're trying to build a business.
Isn't it the truth? I mean, nowadays, if you don't network, you're dead in the water, right?
Well,
and you either like it or you don't like it, and you like the people or you don't like the people, but it's got to get done. So that was smart of you to take that. Now, is this the first thing that you've written?
No. I've written Seven Fishes, which is a romantic comedy that takes place around the Feast of the Seven Fishes, which is the Italian Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Yeah, and so that's one of my other films. And I've written Stripped, which is another film, which is kind of a spoof on kind of a Magic Mike kind of comedy.
Yeah. Now, what do you think of this festival? Isn't this a fabulous festival? And look at this venue.
I'm loving it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful venue. And my mom was telling me this is the kind of theater that they used to go to all the time. When before there were multiplexes.
Yeah.
It's kind of the real deal.
Yeah. And they would show, one movie or two movies, and they would pack them in. I can't imagine how many people could fit in here. It's got to seat 1,000 people.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
So let me ask you, Victor, how long did it take you to write this?
You know what? It didn't take me all that long. It kind of spilled out of me, I would say kind of a month and a half, and not doing full time. So yeah.
Now, are you a morning person or an evening person? Like, what's the best time of day to catch you writing?
You'll always find me writing at night. Yeah, definitely at night. Yeah.
Do you longhand or computer?
Computer all the way. Because I'm not afraid to write anything down, it can get deleted in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Now, was there anything that had to be edited out once it was going to go up on the screen?
Just one scene because we were running over, and it was one of my favorite scenes. It was the Chinese. I'll call it the Chinese dinner scene. But the fun stuff was kept in. But I would have liked the whole scene to be filmed, but we were just running out of time. It would have been too long. So.
I love romantic comedies. There aren't enough of them. Now, is there a website where somebody can reach you?
Yes, you could reach me at the Ribaudo Group. Let me spell that. It's the RIBAUDO Group.com. And my name is Victor Ribaudo.
Thank you so much, Victor. We're going to have to start lining up to see this movie.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Okay, thanks.
I'm here with the very talented Steve Stanulis, and I understand that you are the star of the network, and the networker, and he warned me that if I don't like seeing him, don't see the networker because he's in it a lot.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, Network is a great project. It's something we put together last year, and I was blessed because it wasn't a super high budget, as we all know in this industry, and
it's not about the money; it's about the project and the work.
Sure, and then through my contacts and with my friends' relationships and having a great script that Victor Ribaudo wrote, I put together a great fun cast. We put together Stephen Baldwin, Alicia Reiner from Orange is the New Black, Sean Young, William Forsythe, Joey D'Onofrio. Joey's in every movie.
I love him. I know him from a long time ago.
Yeah, Jeremy Luke from Jersey Boys, who's awesome. And Deborah Twist.
Oh yeah.
So and unfortunately, I'm leaving a couple people out, but it was a feel-good movie. It's basically like a Tommy Boy, where he's got to save he's a 40-year-old screw-up, and he has to save the company, his father's company, through networking. Wow. So we go on this whole journey, and at the end, obviously.
Don't say what happens.
No, we're not going to say what happens, but obviously it's a feel-good movie. Everybody can relate to it. It's a comedy. Yeah. Comedy is universal, so I think we pulled it off.
Okay, so you're not only an actor, you do much more than that. You want to mention that? And you have some film festivals coming up and other projects. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah, I'm an actor, producer, director. This one I produced, The Networker, and obviously was one of the leads. We have a new project coming out called The Legends of Freestyle, which is a documentary on freestyle music like Lisa, CNC Music Factory. It's premiering November 7th at the HBO Urban Action Film Festival.
Good. Yeah.
And right now...
Where is that held?
That's at the AMC Theater in Manhattan.
Okay.
It's a great space, as great as this one. And again, we're starting the Staten Island International Film Festival next year, so I'm excited about that, bringing the arts back to Staten Island, the only borough that doesn't have a film festival. And working on a new Robert Downey Jr. project, which is, we just came back from L.A. from a table read. So everything's going well, thank God. And this is an amazing venue. I've never been here.
It is beautiful. It's like a palace. It's so hard to describe. It's like you would imagine in the old vaudeville days, right?
Right. I think my wife just mentioned on the way here, her parents, who were together for 50 years, came here on their very first date. Wow. So yeah, they were they wanted to come. I get a babysit, but unfortunately, they're missing it. But this is you can feel the energy and the history in this theater.
Yeah, you really can. So now let me ask you, how long are you acting for?
I did my first major film in 1999. So you figure probably about 15 years.
Oh, okay. So you've made some good headway, because 15 years in this business isn't a long time.
It's a job of a hat, I know. And yeah, I mean, we've done some great films. We've done Gangs of New York, Replacements. I pronounce you Chuck and Larry. So there's been a lot of good films along the way.
Is there anybody that you haven't worked with yet that you'd really like to work with?
William, Mr. Bub over there. I like to work with. I'd like to work with him, and yeah, I mean, again, no, I love Robert Downey Jr. and it looks like we're gonna work together.
What draws you to a script?
If I have the lead role. No. I'm joking. No, again, and as a producer, it's funny because people come to me with scripts a lot and think like if they don't have a great role for me, I'm not going to want to do it, and that's not true because you got to run this like a business, and at the end of the day, you got to say, is this going to make money, or is it not?
That's true.
So if you present me with a script, that has a great role for me, but it's not that great, or a better role, a better script that has potential to make money, I'll jump on that every
Now,
time.
how long did it take to film The Networker?
We shot The Networker in 3 weeks.
Wow, that's quick.
And my wife was pregnant with twins.
Lisa
was pregnant with twins, and we had to shut down because she gave birth during the shoot. So, so we had to shut down 2 weeks. We had one false alarm, and I said, you know what? Let's just shut down until she has the kids.
Yeah.
And now they're a year old, so it's...
very good. You had a boy and a girl twins?
We had a boy and a girl, Sienna and Chase, and super blessed.
That's wonderful. Well, I hope the blessings continue for you. I'm looking forward to seeing The Networker. Heard a lot about it, and thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks. Networker, check us out.
I'm here now with
No,
the
I'm here
very
now helping
beautiful
her.
Deborah Twist. I've been here since like 2:30 in the afternoon, and she just gave me permission to take my shoes off, and she joined me. She took her shoes off too, and now we're really comfy and cozy together.
Yes, indeed.
I just saw Deborah in The Networker, and you did a phenomenal job.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
You played the wife.
Well, the girlfriend.
Oh, the girlfriend, wannabe wife.
Well, secretly wannabe. Yeah, eventually it all works out, but I don't want to give it away.
Well, maybe it didn't work out. You got to see the movie.
Exactly.
So let me ask you, how was it playing the mommy? Because you're a mommy anyway, and you had a girl in the movie. So did you relate it at all to your own home life when you did that?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm one who even has on my resume that I work well with children and animals. So it was very natural for me and second nature to embrace this little girl and play pretend that she was my daughter.
Yeah.
And she was a nice kid too. So.
So now, how long were you shooting on this?
The whole shoot was 15 days, and I was on it about 8.
Oh, okay. So you were on half of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, what was one thing about it that you would change if you could?
I would have more days.
We all want more days, don't we?
Of course, whether it's on a movie or in life.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
Definitely want more days. And you also had another movie, though, The Last Taxi Driver. And that was that earlier today at another theater?
Yes. Yes, I think that was about 2 o'clock at the other theater. It's a short. Yep.
Yeah. So, but this was a feature, The Networker. And you want to tell us a little something about the storyline?
Of The Networker? Yeah. It's about this guy that's played by Steve Stanulus, who is a playboy and a bit of a runaround kind of boy. And his father gives him an ultimatum and says, if you don't wise up and help me with the company, I'm going to sell it. And so he goes on this mission to try to do it. And my character is the woman who works at the office. And we used to have a thing together, but we don't anymore. And it's kind of like there's some good tension there and chemistry at the same time. And then I tell him to talk to my brother who does these networker meetings. And he's like, okay, well, I guess I could try that. And he tries it, and it really helps, and it works. And that's why the whole movie's called The Networker. And he gets more and more involved in this networking adventure. And our relationship grows and develops and morphs along the way. And it's just a really good, nice kind of family film. And it's funny because Steve Stanulus and myself, we both do a lot of thrillers and horror films and crazy things that, there are scenes and language that might not necessarily be good for our children, respectively in our real lives.
But this is something they can see you in.
Exactly. This is totally something that our kids would be able to see, and, it's fine. Yeah.
So, Deborah, now the name of the show is Stage, Screen, and In Between with Helen. So what do you like to do in between other than act? Do you have any hobbies or traveling? What do you like?
I rescue animals.
Do you really?
Yep. I've fostered maybe 80 cats and ended up with a lot of the foster failures, the ones that didn't do well at adoption events or became too attached to me and would be really sad if I tried to adopt them out. I kept all of them, and I have 4 rescue dogs and a turtle that found me when we were living in Brooklyn and crawled into our backyard, and it was like, oh, I hear this is where the strays come. So, and we took it in. It was going to be for a couple of days until we figured out where to put it to a rescue. And every rescue I called said, it's really easy to take care of a turtle. So I was like, all right, I guess we have a turtle now. So we have a turtle and 2 hamsters as well.
It's funny how the word gets out. They do communicate. They know who to go to.
You bet they do. Absolutely. And it's a lot of fun now.
That's so nice of you. That's good. We need to be good to our animals. Now, is there a website where somebody can see your work, Deborah?
I'm at www.deborah-twiss-actress, DEBORAH TWISS-actress.com. And there's links to the Vimeo Reel. That's way too long, but still, there's a lot of stuff like Kick-Ass is on there, and White Collar, and Law and Order, all kinds of stuff.
And I can find out things about you on IMDb, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Deborah. You did a great job in The Network. I love seeing you.
Oh, thank you. Always great to see you, too. And I'm glad you took your shoes off.
I'm glad you made me.
I'm here to help.
I'm here with Arthur Balder, and he is a director, and he had 2 films in this festival. Thank you, Arthur, for talking to me. Do you want to tell me something about the movies and their name?
I have 2 movies here. One of them is Little Spain. It's about the history of immigration, of Spanish immigration during 20th century in Manhattan.
Is it a short film or a feature?
It's a feature.
Okay.
It's a feature, and it tells the story of Spanish immigration, especially after Civil War in Spain.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's we have a lot of documentary evidence, old pictures that show how was Little Spain. It was similar to Little Italy. The difference is it disappeared over the years.
Now, how did you do your research on that? Because that's going back. How did you do that?
That's a good question. I was studying some acting when I came to the United States. I was in the HB studio on Bank Street, West Village.
I went there too.
You too. Who not?
Who doesn't go there?
Who doesn't go there? And I was there with my visa, so I stopped always on 40th Street. And Little Spain was located on West End 40th Street. So at some point I heard something about this, and I started to investigate, and that was the start of the thing. Thanks to HB Studio.
Yeah, HB Studio. And now, what's the second film that you have?
The second film, we have a red carpet event yesterday, wonderful, organized by the Golden Door Film Festival. It was Reality of the Imaginary. It's about a painter in Spain who's now 70 years old, and he was in jail during 60s and 70s because of what he was painting against Franco's dictatorship.
What was he painting?
He was painting social realism. He was protesting against the lack of liberties in Spain at that time.
Yeah. Now, you're here from Spain, but you live here now, you said, right? Yeah. How do you like the United States?
Oh, that's a great question. I like very much the United States. Very much. It's a country where you have opportunity. It's a country where the limit is yourself. It's very different from Spain, because in Spain the limit is put by others, and here the limit is put by yourself.
Yeah. Well, I have news for you. The United States likes you too.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Welcome, stay here, and keep making movies.
I will have several plans. Yeah, I will not stop. No.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.